Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships, brought to you by MC Media in partnership with Eastlink TV. My name is Dave Doucette, and with me today, Nick Doucette. Our second semifinal match of the morning, this one between number 2 seed, the Cape Breton Islanders, and they're going against the South Shore Ice Sharks. Cape Breton, the number 2 seed, as a result of a 3-1 record after the round robin. They defeated Bedford 1-0, defeated Western Valley 6-4 and Glace Bay 3-2 before a hard-fought 5-3 loss to Sackville. On the other side, South Shore, with a winner-take-all game in their last game of the round robin against Yarmouth, came up with a 3-1 win that got them into this playoffs. Along with that, they had a 3-2 victory over South Shore, a 2-2 tie with Western Valley, and a 7-4 loss to Sackville. South Shore is part of the Mainland Nova Scotia Hockey League. They were first in that league in both the regular season and tournament play. South Shore ended the regular season with a 16-5-3 record with 35 points. Cape Breton, on the other hand, they were number 1 in both their, and they're part obviously of the Cape Breton Hockey League. They ended the regular season with an astounding 22-1-3 record, well above everybody else in the Cape Breton League. And then, not surprisingly, in their double round robin for the tournament, they finished 5-0, not losing a game there. So, Nick, your thoughts on this game?
This game is going to be very fast-paced, great action. South Shore, in my opinion, is kind of lucky enough to make it here. They had a great game yesterday against Yarmouth. Yarmouth was ahead in that game, 1-0 going into the third period, where South Shore came back and ended up beating them 3-1 with an empty net goal tacked onto that as well. So South Shore in that position, they were lucky enough to make a semifinal here against Cape Breton. I think personally Cape Breton is the stronger team out of the two, as we've seen over the last couple of days. But we'll see what happens here in the semifinal.
But I think if you had polled both of us and a number of non-biased fans, they probably would have said Sackville was the stronger team in semifinal number 1, and Bedford ended up coming on top.
Absolutely. I said that, the exact same thing there. I met a couple of Sackville parents in the hospitality room, and I was talking to them about that, amongst other things. And I said, good luck to them, and I'm sure you guys will do well. And turns out Bedford came back and ended up winning their game against their arch rivals, because they've played them all season long. So I don't think South Shore has played Cape Breton all that much over the year. Maybe a couple of tournaments here or there, but they're in completely separate leagues, as you said earlier. So we'll see how the matchup goes here when we get this game underway.
And separated by almost as much geography as you can actually muster in Nova Scotia?
Pretty much, yeah. The only thing further away from Bridgewater and Cape Breton would be here, where it's hosted here in Yarmouth. So it'll be interesting to see for sure.
And I guess as a thought for both of these teams, Bedford, who is waiting on the winner of this for the championship game that's scheduled to begin at 2 o'clock this afternoon, lost to both of these teams in the round-robin portion of the tournament.
Yeah.
Bedford lost to Cape Breton County 1-0, and actually South Shore defeated Bedford 3-2. So although round robin and playoffs, that's why you play the game.
Exactly. What's interesting to hear about that is that's the only 2 losses Bedford have had this whole tournament. So it'll be interesting to see what happens during the championship games. Either one of these teams could make it, and either one of these teams could go away winning the whole thing. So we'll see.
So we have South Shore in white going from right to left, and Cape Breton in blue going from left to right. We're about to get underway. The starting lineups are being announced. Starting in net for South Shore, number 1, Nick Croft. And for the Cape Breton Islanders, number 30, Michael McMullen. Quick first shot. That goes high and wide. Held in by Johnson. Back behind the net, that was Mosier. Mosier gets it up to Glover. Glover goes rink wide. Nice pass. Here's some numbers. Skating back hard is the defense, number 15, Rory Morrison, able to clear the zone. Chipped right back in. South Shore in forechecking. Like the last game, but it'll be interesting to see. Well, 2 things. Number 1, will it be any more physical earlier on? Or will they be a little more tentative, as Bedford and Sackville were early? And a little bit easier on kids of any age, but especially 13 and 14-year-olds to have a 10:30 start instead of an 8:30 start.
Exactly. The later start it really isn't supposed to be advantage to them because they got a quick turnaround for the championship game. So having that quick turnaround, they only have about an hour and a half, maximum 2-hour break here between this game and them playing the championship game. So Bedford has the upper hand in that regards to having a longer break in between.
And yet a battle of attrition, however you look at it, because whoever gets into the final will be playing their 6th game in 4 days, and that's a lot to ask of anybody at any age.
Exactly. Bedford with the advantage having the day off yesterday, having played all their four games Thursday and the Friday, whereas South Shore and Cape Breton have played twice on the Friday, once on the Thursday, once yesterday. So we'll see how it plays out for them in that regard.
Puck controlled by the Islanders in their own end. Right up the middle, nice lead pass through some open ice. Couldn't quite get around, that was Gould. Couldn't quite get around, but the Islanders able to fire that puck in. Chasing it is Mosier. Up off the wall, up to Lonis. Lonis loses control, and it's back to Gould. Flip back in, and around his own net is Mosier. To the blue line and out. Here comes some numbers for South Shore. They've got 2-on-1, but broken up nicely by the Islander defense. Taken out hard on the play is number 7, Omar Gould. Getting up a little bit slowly, and he'll go change. Coming hard the other way is Sabian. Sabian goes cross ice. Good tic-tac-toe to break out of the zone. Gaining entry into the Islander zone, but they break up that play high up off the glass. Hits a stanchion. That can be dangerous. Back to the point to Lonis. Lonis keeps it in. South Shore has it. Knocked to the blue line and just outside. Speidel. Speidel gets it in behind the net. Breaking out now are the Islanders. They get it to the half wall. That jumps over the stick, and it's fired back in. Going out, there was a quick shot. That was steered aside. That was Cook with that shot. Good speed here coming up by McLean. McLean has the puck wide on the side. Quick wrist shot, blocker save. Nick Croft, his second save of the day. And there's save number 3. A wrist shot from Jason Johnson. He handles it easily.
Cape Breton they're not taking their time on taking their shots. They're getting shots on net no matter how good or bad they are, and the shot you don't take is one that's not good at all. So I'm glad seeing them just going at it and taking as many shots as they possibly can.
South Shore wins that draw. Around the board to Glover. Glover can't control it. Going back the other way. Both teams fighting for it. He gets back to the point. Holding it there is Jennings. Jennings with the wrist shot. That goes through a crowd. Nice kick save by Croft. Back behind the net again. Oh, big hard check. Oh, stepping on the puck. But South Shore able to gather up that loose puck and get out. Lee has it. He goes cross ice. Looking for number 12, Jensen Glover. Glover can't quite handle that pass. That was a tough one. Coming back the other way is Udall. Udall gets it to the point to Myra. Myra with a shot. It just gets into the front of the net. South Shore still maintains control, but only briefly. Back at center to Lee. cross ice. Landry can't control that puck. He'll get hit off the puck, and the Islanders come away with it. Cape Breton County, two players bounce into one another. Incidental contact. Jennings with a hard wrist shot. So a couple, 4 shots now, I think, for Cape Breton, but really nothing too dangerous as yet.
Nothing dangerous at all. They're just trying to get the shots on net, go for the rebounds. As we've seen earlier, the rebounds are key in any part of this tournament. Most of the goals have been scored either on breakaways or rebounds that the goalies have given up. So more shots you take, the better chances you have.
That was Myra that brought in, and that's a big hard shot from Gould, and that was a blocker save. That one had some steam on it. Going back the other way, South Shore breaking out, but hemmed in once again. That's Gould. Gould right back on the ice after that hard check, so he's obviously feeling no ill effects. Back to the point. Here's a wrist shot, knocked down by the defense. South Shore is going to be able to break out. Nice move to get away around one defenseman, but then it's Jensen Johnson there to hold things up. Back to the point. Hard shot. Mosier, and it's blocked. Breaking out quickly the other way with the counter attack. Islanders have number. There's a drop. Unfortunately, didn't see him. A.J. Lee waiting for that back pass, but it didn't come to him. Oh. There's a check. Enough on the side that they didn't call it boarding. That would have been close. Good hard check. Number 14, Justin Brown, bounces back up and gets onto the bench. That one's behind the net. Islanders looking to break out. Chipped off of the sideboard all the way down the ice, and we're going to have an icing with 9:20 to go in the first period.
Almost a penalty call on that. Like you mentioned, it could have been boarding, but it was a good hit. The puck was there. Really, really close to being boarding call, but referees letting them play, just like it was the last game. Not many penalties in this game. They're playing really hard. Both teams really going at it, and it's good to see.
I don't think either of us would have been, that was a close deflection. Neither of us would have been surprised, I think, had they called that a penalty. It certainly would have been justifiable.
Absolutely.
Coming back are the Islanders. Cape Breton County flips it in deep. That's Udall. He'll chase after it. South Shore gets there first. Cook with the puck. Can't quite control it. Held in by Chisholm. Just briefly. Now fired back in. South Shore goes one way, goes the other. They didn't want to play that puck because there could have been too many men on the ice if they had during the change. Good bang-bang pass to Udall to get it in deep. That's Bowers, gets the puck out, and South Shore breaks out the other way. Bowers has it, fires it in deep, and peels away to change. South Shore gets there first. There's the pass in front. That was in the feet of the defenders, but they were able to find that puck and steer it into the corner. Coming back the other way is South Shore. They got a great opportunity. That slides just low and wide. Some speed now coming up for Cape Breton. I believe that's Gould again. It is indeed. He gets some room, takes the shot, steered aside. He had a player in front, but couldn't quite reach him. Back into the corner. Player ahead was Sampson. Sampson was waiting there, but the goaltender got in the way. South Shore breaking up the other way. Little too long with that shoot in was Glover. Basically lost any speed his wingers had, having them stop at the blue line.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it was an offside call to me, but I guess they didn't call it offside, so the faceoff will be to the left of the Cape Breton goaltender there. Nice save there by him.
Cape Breton comes away with it, chipped forward, chasing hard after. It is Morrison. Morrison's going to get there, but he's being checked. Gets the puck in front, though. Broken up by number 17, Mark Sabian. That one gets to the front of the net. South Shore looking to get it, but that bounces hard off Lonis and into the corner. Back to the point. Here's a slap shot. Big hard shot. Deflection!
No goal.
No goal. High stick deflection as number 16, Brady McLean, looked like he got that first goal for the Cape Breton Islanders. Waved off right away.
Waved off right away. Calling it a high stick play. Not sure if they'll show the replay on that, as it was a controversial call here, but referee saw it clearly, called it a high stick, and face-off will come outside the zone.
Islanders get control of that puck. That's the official announcement. Nice lead pass there to get out of the zone by the South Shore, but the Islanders do come away with it. Coming hard the other way is Cook. Cook goes to his left. Back to the point. There's a big shot back in front. Scrambly puck. McMullen, excuse me, couldn't quite find it. Back in front again, sliding to deflect that pass in front is the defender for Cape Breton. Coming out the other way. Bowers. Both teams. Bowers does come away with it. And we're going to have a penalty. Both of them, I believe, could be offsetting.
I think they're both going to be an offsetting call here.
We've got Carter Lee, number 6, and I believe Blake Cox, number 8, offsetting roughing penalties, I believe.
One's roughing. I think one's actually head contact as well, is what he called. So it should be 5-on-5 here.
We'll see whether or not it's a 4-minute. If it's a 4-minute, they might have to put somebody else on the bench. And that door is opening, and that tells me that South Shore has a 4-minute head contact and therefore
yep.
Cape Breton will be on the power play.
There's the extra 2 minutes. First power play of the game here for Cape Breton. See if they can capitalize on it.
The other way is Bowers. Bowers loses the puck, but cleared right in and handled easily by McMullen. Johnson with the puck behind his own net. Little trouble. Spinning around. Able to get it to the half board. Not quick enough was Ryan Chisholm as South Shore able to forecheck and bang that puck back in. Some numbers now. They'll break in 3-on-2. That's Chisholm again. Chisholm goes to the middle, toe drag, upstairs, but over the net. Back into the corner. McCarron. Back to McCarron. McCarron has Chisholm in front. Chisholm still waiting there. Cross ice pass. One-timer. Not much on it as it bounces to the front of the net. It gets back to Williams. Williams has it. Can't do much with it, and there's the lead pass. McMullen's probably going to come play this as he does pay a long lead pass to number 17, McCarron. McCarron goes wide. That's Gould. Gould's been a force whenever he's been on the ice. We'll see what he can do on the power play. 44 seconds left in that power play. Goes off of the boards. Held in nicely, though, by Cape Breton. Into the corner. That's Lee. Lee tries to spin away from the check. He can't do it. South Shore comes away with it. They've got some time. High off the glass, just a little too high as it goes into the mesh.
A little sloppy play here by Cape Breton. They weren't setting up their power play like they should be. They're trying to cross ice pass, which worked out for them once, but they need to circle it around a little bit more. Get the cycle going and make Bridgewater, South Shore, move the puck, move around a little bit more and break up that box.
Hard slap shot, stopped at the line by Lee. Lee's chasing off with it. Check that, that's Levesque. Levesque spins away from the check, fires it in deep, and with 16 seconds to go in the power play, that could come close to just one more opportunity for Cape Breton. Once again, South Shore getting there first, winning the battle in this power play against the boards. Nice move to go around there is Udall. Udall goes into the corner, dumps it behind, and that ends the power play just as he's firing the puck down the net. Or down the ice, excuse me. Since the puck was fired while the power play was still on, there's no icing. Nice move to get away. That's Lee with it, 2-on-2. Lee crosses at the blue line, going in late, drawing Udall offside. You got to make those moves. You got to make some of them just inside the blue line instead of just outside the blue line.
He should have either stopped a little bit more or dragged his foot a little bit more to stop that offside play, but going to have a nice offside call, and we'll see what happens here.
As you're saying, Nick, not a lot happening for that power play for Cape Breton. I'm sure that they were hoping for a little more than that. Based on their early play, I would have thought that they could have sustained a little more pressure, got some good opportunities, but really neither happened.
Nothing happened at all. There was only, I think, 1 or 2 shots on net.
Quick opportunity there. Nice play by McMullen to spread across, make that second save, and then gather up, find the puck, and cover it up.
That's rebound control there for McMullen. South Shore had a great opportunity, passed in front, and McMullen was there to not stop it once, but control the rebound and get a face-off.
And I guess full marks on that power play have to go to the South Shore penalty kill, who did a lot of the hard work and a lot of good effort and pressure on the Cape Breton Islander team.
Absolutely. They kept it out of their zone for most of that power play and pressured them even when Cape Breton had control of the puck. So full marks to their penalty kill.
That one's chipped into the Cape Breton Islander bench. And that face-off will come all the way back down to the left of goaltender, Michael McMullen.
3:37 left to go in the first. Shots are now basically even, 5-4 in favor of Cape Breton, but only by 1.
Both teams still waiting to crack that scoreboard with a goal. Similar to our first semifinal, Nick.
Absolutely. First semifinal, they were played very defensively. Neither team wanted to give up the first goal, and it's kind of looking similar in this game.
Cape Breton gathers that face-off, or gathers control of the puck after the face-off. Nice move there by Steele, I believe. 16, that's McLean. He has it, pass in front, great opportunity. The shot, not much on it, can't find it, rebounds there. Nobody can cover that up, it's behind the net. Great opportunity for Cape Breton to actually get on the score sheet, but they were unable to solve goaltender Nick Croft. That one goes off the leg, and that can always be dangerous when a shot is blocked so close to the defenseman. A lot of time that leads to a breakaway. Pass in front, deflection. Actually, it was more of a swinging shot by number 18, Lonis, and he was unable to score. Changing up now, South Shore. Lots of time for Cape Breton County to get out of their own end. They carry forward. Back well defensively is South Shore. Weak little wrist shot put into the corner. Beating everyone there, though, is number 8, Cox. Goes back to the point. Hard wrist shot by Johnson. It's stopped. Great opportunity for Gould, the shot. And I'm not sure if that was the goaltender defense, but the puck didn't get in.
Didn't get on net, actually. Defense there blocked it.
Going back the other way is Johnson. Johnson has the puck. Backhands it off the boards. It's going to get, no, it is going to get out of the blue line. Islanders retrieving the puck. We had some tentative play in the first overtime, but there was a lot of sustained pressure from both teams. Neither of these teams have really been able to sustain any pressure. The odd scoring opportunity, a couple really good ones as a matter of fact, but no real sustained pressure at any one time.
Nope, a little bit of sloppy play between both teams. They haven't really organized any good scoring opportunities.
Fuller goes into the corner, but he loses the puck. Working hard for it, but coming away is McCarron. McCarron with the red helmet, skips it on forward and then chases. Getting there is Mosier. Mosier behind his own net, takes a look. Back into the neutral zone. We've seen a lot of this, just back and forth. Not enough, and then some quick changes. South Shore peeling off to make a change right now.
Both teams playing the dump and chase game. Haven't really been a lot of skating in.
Big hard slap shot by number 4, Tanner Udall. Saved by Croft. Going back the other way is Lonis. Held in. Nice move by Sabian to get around the forecheck. Has some room, goes to the middle, tries to find some space on the forehand, but can't get the shot off. Good active stick there by the Islanders. Back again. This time is Jennings. Jennings goes hard around the boards to Cox. Cox can't get there in time. Has another opportunity. They poke it forward and get it to the neutral zone. Less than half a minute to go here in the first period. Lonis has trouble with that one, but does get it up to Mayo. Mayo drops it off to Lonis again. Back in front, just out of the reach of Landry. He stops, looks to fire the puck. Can't control it. Once again, missed opportunity for South Shore. Breaking hard the other way with just a little time. McDonald, hard shot, save Croft, rebound control Croft.
No rebound there, as we see a replay from that nice shot on net earlier. Great chance for Cape Breton there, and they just couldn't capitalize on those rebounds.
8 seconds to go here in the first period. Shots on net, 9-4 in favor of Cape Breton. They have one last opportunity if they can win a face-off. It's controlled by the South Shore, right along the wall, fired along the end, and that should just about do it.
After one period of play, shots on net 9-4. It's still a 0-0 game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here with the second period.
Now we're about to get back underway here for the second period. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us for this, the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships, being held at the Yarmouth Mariner Centre in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, and brought to you by MC Media in partnership with Eastlink TV. We've switched sides, so now we have the Islanders going from right to left. They've got the puck in the South Shore zone. That's Gould going after it. His stick held. He wasn't a fan. Big check at the side. South Shore coming away with it, and they'll get into the neutral zone.
Speaking of that big check, we haven't seen a lot of physicality between each teams yet. Only one power play opportunity there. Offside.
Coming back the other way, we've got the Islanders. Breaking hard. That's a nice move to the outside. Here's a quick wrist shot. Gloved out of the air. The rebound's out there to grab, though. That was Johnson with the shot. That one doesn't get through to Croft. Back to the point. Just offside.
Almost could have called too many men there. Player wasn't completely off the ice at that point, but they just decided to call it offside, and we'll have a face-off outside the South Shore zone.
Game number one of our semifinals saw a similar thing. The first period a little more tentative. Second period, things got underway and the flow became much better. We'll see whether or not the same things happens here as both teams get more of their legs under them and they're able to get going.
They played a lot of hockey this weekend, so we'll see if stamina plays a key part later parts of this game.
McDonald gets it in deep. Both teams fighting for it in the corner. Neither side with a whole lot to cheer for right now. McCarron has it. Still has it. Looks in front. Pass. Nicely defended by Lonis. Coming back the other way is Glover. Glover has time. Hard slap shot. I think that goes off of a stick.
Went up and out of play.
Up and out of play. Maybe not out of a stick. Yep, I think that was just a straight right into the mesh.
Right into the meshing, and we'll have a face-off outside the zone here.
In a different sport, as Bob Euchre would have said back in the day, just a little outside. McLean gets it up to Cox. Fired down the ice, and we have an icing. Once again, the play in this semifinal, I think, Nick, a little bit slower than the other semifinal.
A lot slower, yeah, actually. The pace has been back and forth between both teams. Shots on net 11-4 in favor of Cape Breton. But still no score here in the second, and like I said before, semifinals, there's no shootout. They play overtime until somebody scores a goal. So we'll at least see one goal in this game.
Coming hard the other way is Sampson. Sampson dumps it in right on net. A little bit of a snow there, and that's going to create probably a bit of stir. Likely is going to have a conversation with the referee to not do that. I know as a goaltender, I never particularly appreciated getting snowed. It is one of those faux pas of hockey etiquette.
Absolutely. I was never a goalie. I was a defenseman, but I have talked to goalies before, and they've said they don't like it all that much.
Slap shot, that goes well wide. That's going to ring around to Jennings. Jennings stops it, chips it back into the corner. Going in hard after it is Bowers. Bowers has it, loses it. Islanders both teams fighting for it, but South Shore will come away and get to the neutral zone. Morrison able to just get that forward, and that's as far as it goes. Once again, some neutral ice play. Going back one way, going back the other way. Nice move to get away the forechecker. That's Cook with it now. Cook gets it across ice. He'll get the return pass. That was going to be very hard to receive. McLean goes cross ice, and that's well in front of his line mate, Jennings. Jennings has it. Jennings with a good breakout pass to the winger. Cox tries to dump it forward. Nice feathered pass, getting it to his leading winger. Hard wrist shot, saved and cleared aside by the defense. Gould with it. Gould can't keep it in. Fired right back in. They're still going to have to tag up. They don't realize that they're offside. Gould doesn't realize it. They're also making a change. Gould still not coming off. Coming hard the other way is Glover. Glover all by himself as the rest of South Shore making changes. And that lets Gould have a lot of ice to bring it back the other way. He's skating hard to his right. Cuts to the middle, has some room. Takes a shot down along the ice. A rebound. Another save. Two big saves there by goaltender Nick Croft. And a good individual effort by number 7, Omar Gould.
Great opportunity there for Cape Breton. Looking for the rebounds, looking to get it on net, score on that rebound, and just couldn't find it.
Williams loses his edge, loses the puck. South Shore comes away with it, then bangs into his own player. South Shore in the corner, pass in front. That's going to slip right in front of goaltender Michael McMullen. As it slowly edged its way to him, he just gently covered it up.
Here's that nice breakout attempt there and shot on net for South Shore, Cape Breton. That was a great opportunity for Cape Breton, just couldn't capitalize it here. With 11:11 left to go in the second period. Cape Breton out shooting South Shore 3-1 with shots 15-5.
Puck back in the corner. Both teams fighting for it. Nice lead pass up to Fuller. Fuller gets it up to center ice to McCarron. McCarron dumps it in, and Fuller will chase after and get there first. Chips it back to McCarron, but McCarron's not there. Shot from the weak side. Harmlessly knocked down in front. South Shore coming back the other way. That pass in front of everyone, and that's going to go all the way down the ice for another icing. Play a little sloppy here in the second period. A couple good opportunities, but that's it. No sustained play.
No sustained play. Not very physical either. We haven't seen a lot of big hits at all. That may be fatigue playing into a part of this, or just trying to stay on par, stay on game, and try and get the first goal here.
Face-off controlled by South Shore. They go behind their own net, try to chip it forward. Good forechecking there by the Islanders. But that puck is finally moved down the ice.
10-20 seconds left to go in the second period. That was a shot for South Shore, their 6th of the game here. And we're going to see here if South Shore can come out and apply more pressure in the Cape Breton zone as they get a face-off to the left of the goaltender.
That face-off controlled by South Shore. Islanders unable to clear it, goes back into the corner. That's Morrison looking for it, gets back to the point to Lee. Lee has time, tries a wrist shot, and that goes off number 11, A.J. Lee's leg. Back to the point, held in again by South Shore. Back in the corner to Johnson. Johnson goes high off the glass, tough pass. McLean has it, he can't get rid of it. South Shore keeping it in, Lonis with it. Nice move to attempt to get by. Better defense by McLean. McLean's being chased down by Lonis, but not before he can dump it in deep. That's Cox in the corner. He muscles his way, gets it back to the point. Hard slap shot. That one goes just wide. Coming back the other way is Bowers. That one dangerously almost comes out in front. Both teams fighting for it. Sticks flying, bodies flying. There's carnage, Nick. No penalty calls.
A little bit of physical play there, but yeah, no calls. All of it's pretty clean.
Johnson with a wrist shot. That goes off of a stick and into the corner. Back to Morrison. Morrison's got another long wrist shot. That goes off a leg. And coming back the other way is South Shore. Johnson can't quite get a hold of that one. Coming the other way is Lonis. Back in the corner, there's a pass in front. It's knocked down. Number 17, Sabian that time. That's a check.
A little bit of a cross-checking there. Cape Breton's going to be going to the penalty box for that. Number 3, going straight to the box. You know we got called.
Number 3, Jason Johnson. Not happy with it, but a 2-minute call.
He knew he was getting it. He went straight to the box.
So an opportunity here at the 9:02 mark for South Shore to try to gain some momentum, get that first goal. They've got the face-off in the Islander zone already. I'm pretty sure the Islanders are allowed another player. We just have to determine who that player is going to be.
Yeah. No. They're a little confused on who they want on the ice, and
Gould's not going to be able to take the face-off, and the person coming off the bench can't take the face-off either.
So they're looking at...
All right. After a quick game of rock, paper, scissors to determine who's going to take it, they do indeed win it. Back to Mosier. Mosier with a shot. Doesn't make it all the way through. Controlled. They have it again. There's the time. Couldn't quite get that shot away. Back off to Mosier. Mosier has some room. Wrist shot through a crowd. Save. Finding the rebound is goaltender McMullen, and he gets the whistle.
Nice tip in front of the net by the South Shore forward there. Just couldn't get it in there. We'll take a look at the replay here as the shot happens. He tipped it in front, and nice save there by the Cape Breton goaltender to hang on to that and stop the rebound with control as well.
South Shore with the puck. That's Sabian. Sabian tries to go behind the net, goes off of the defense, up into the mesh, and we'll have another quick whistle. 1:36 remaining in the power play, 8:38 in the second period. Face off, controlled by South Shore, right back to the point, lots of time, quick shot. Just a little too long, setting up for that slap shot by 5, Dominic Lowe.
Got to take that shot. It's a little bit quicker, especially at the point down there.
Three bodies pass in front. They cannot control it. It's in their skates again. Back to Lowe. Lowe has it. Goes half board. Quick wrist shot. Save by McMullen.
The rebound was there. Nobody to capitalize on it, though. They got to jump on those rebounds if they're going to get some good opportunities to score that goal.
Lowe waiting behind his own net. The penalty half killed right now. Nice lead pass to Glover. Glover has some room. Takes a quick wrist shot. Blocker save into the corner. Chasing it down is Landry. Landry back to Glover. Glover waits. Stops and looks. Landry goes behind the net for support. Glover to Landry. Landry looking weak side. South Shore likes to bring somebody in from the other side to try to deflect it in. One-timer attempt. Nicely read by the defense. And I believe that was number 16, Brady McLean, that found that, had that head on a swivel, intercepted that pass, and cleared it down the ice.
South Shore needs to cycle the puck a little bit more, right on the outside, and get the Cape Breton defenders moving. Get them out of that box, and then go for the cross-out ice pass.
Mosier whips it around. It goes all the way out to McDonald. McDonald finds a lane and gets it back into the zone. 2 seconds remaining in the power play. Teams now at even strength. That one's killed off. Opportunity for South Shore. They had possession for a while, but not a lot of really great scoring opportunities. This one might be as good as any they had, but a toe drag not quite being able to handle there by Mayo. Back behind the net, pass in front. That's going to go through everybody. Just at the line, held in. Wrist shot through a crowd. Going hard the other way to both teams skating after it. Lee and Gould. Lee gets there first, but Gould puts some pressure. Room coming in front, the backhand, that goes wide. Gould has it inside the net, tries to slip it in front, and then gets checked. Coming out the other way, once again, a bad clear. The shot, the goal, not Whoa, 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 we've got some slashes going on there. Something's going to happen as a result of this. Let's get back to that save first, though, by goaltender Nick Croft. Right in the slot. He got into the butterfly and was able to make that save.
Yeah, nice save there by Croft. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Pass in front. Tried to pass it up, but Cape Breton got on it first, and nice save there by Croft. No rebound on the play, and then afterwards we got some roughing happening.
Yeah, there was number 7 for Cape Breton. Omar Gould, been calling his name a lot. When he was going after the rebound, he got slashed, and he turned around and retaliated, and such is the case most times in hockey. It's the retaliation that gets the call, and his was by far the more aggressive slash.
Absolutely. So now they're looking at fixing that penalty box here. Now, as he slammed the door on that penalty box, the door needs to get some repairs done before we can start.
I'm going to take this opportunity just to let everyone know, the Cape Breton League, they're phenomenal for keeping stats. So just to let you know, the leading point getter for Cape Breton through the regular season was Brady McLean with 53 points. And another person, number 3, was Ryan Chisholm with 36 points. And both McLean and Chisholm tops, of course, in both goals and assists. Goals against average, both of the Cape Breton County Islander goaltenders. Campbell with a 1.3 and McMullen with a 1.56 were the top 2 goalies in the league. And as well as both of them getting 3 shutouts apiece to lead the shutouts. So,
awesome stats there for the Cape Breton League. We're going to have a power play opportunity here for South Shore. Let's see if they can capitalize on that.
This way is Myra. Myra gets some ground, goes to the middle, takes that hard wrist shot, but it's low and wide. Pass out in front. That one's goes dangerously through the crease. Back at the sideboard, waiting. Hard wrist shot. There's the save. Rebound there to get the wraparound. That goes wide. Hard off the boards. Myra tries to keep it in. He's able to and dumps it back in. Islanders have it. At the sideboard, their fan slap shot through a crowd. Goaltender Michael McMullen, unlike most goaltenders, actually stayed up and as a result took that one high in the chest.
Yeah, really nice save there by McMullen on that play. South Shore still needs to cycle the puck a little bit more on their power play. The idea is to cycle it, get the Cape Breton, the defenders out of their box, and then make that cross-ice pass to try and get a good opportunity there.
Puck cleared into the neutral zone by Cape Breton. Gathering up to readjust, reload. Gets back to Brown. Brown can't quite control the puck. And the Islanders able to get it puck back to the blue line of South Shore. Myra can't get that one. Brown doesn't. A little bit sloppy right now, but now they come away with it. Everyone back. Nice move in the middle. Back pass. Back pass to Lonis. Lonis looks to Lee. Lee with a slap shot. One-timer. That's low and wide. Myra coming in. Takes a shot. That was going towards that corner there. I think that was a nice wrist shot by Myra. Quick deflection attempt in front. A redirection of a pass. But the puck cleared down the end. 24 seconds to go here in this power play. 2 power plays in a row for South Shore. Second power play line coming on. Myra.
Almost offside there.
No tripping call there as Myra was weaving his way along the blue line. We're sitting probably a little bit closer to the South Shore faithful. They were expecting another call. Teams now back at even strength with 4:18 to go here in the second period. Still awaiting our first goal. Coming in South Shore, we have number 18, Lonis. Lonis taking off the puck. Coming back the other way is the Cape Breton Islanders. That's Steele. Steele goes wide to his right, tries to go off the boards, puts it right into his own bench.
Nice back and forth play by both teams. Still nothing. Almost at the end of the second period here. 4:03 left to go in the second, and shots are doubled. Cape Breton having 2 shots to 1 against South Shore, 17-9 in the total shots.
South Shore has the puck. They're breaking through the zone. Getting in there nice is Mosier. Mosier loses it though. Glover dumps it in deep. Both teams will chase after it. Held in nicely by South Shore again. South Shore taking advantage, I think, of that power play and continuing some momentum. Steele gains the blue line for Cape Breton, takes a wrist shot. Toe save, big rebound though, back to the point. Another shot, that's through a crowd. That was close. Chip forward, nice lead pass, just off the skates of Glover. Glover will chase after it, spin away from the check, but the Islanders able to get it just to the point. There's a wrist shot, that was a tricky one, as that took one of those bad infield hops. Here's a shot, big save, the rebound. South Shore can't gather it in. Back to Mosier, Mosier with a shot through a crowd. The rebound, another rebound, covered up by McMullen. What of good opportunities there for South Shore as it really looks, Nick, like they took some of that possession time that they gained through the power play and were able to continue on during 5-on-5 play.
We're going to see a replay here of that nice opportunity by South Shore, keeping it in at the zone, both defenders. And then we see here the rebound control by McMullen. Keep that out.
Another good save by McMullen. Hard shot from the right side by Sabian, I believe. And he was able to block or save and then jump it on that puck. So now 3:03 remaining here in the second period. Puck remaining in the Cape Breton end. Chip back in deep. South Shore will have to tag up. Cape Breton looking for a quick bounce back. That's Williams. Williams gets it up, but it's in front of his winger. Coming back the other way was Bowers. Bowers, the back pass. Off of a stick. Held in at the point. Going in. There's his pass in front. Puck right there, and McMullen finds it again.
Nice pass. No, nice centering attempt there for South Shore. Pass in front of the net. Too bad the player didn't have the other side stick to shoot it in. It was a backhand shot, and McMullen was there to make the nice save.
Face off to McMullen's right. Just a little over 2.5 minutes to go here in the second period. As we said, there is no tie. There will be as many overtimes as needed. Myra with the shot off of a stick. Good active stick by McLean, forcing the puck up into the mesh, and yet another whistle. This game's certainly not flowing as quickly.
It's definitely not. More whistles in this game, especially in the second period, as time ticks down here with 2:27 left to go in the second. Shots 18-12 in favor of Cape Breton, but opportunities have been coming each way.
Puck bounced, thrown back behind the net. Getting there quickly is McDonald. McDonald gets to the half wall. They're not going to get it in. The Islanders having some issues here in the second period. Big hard check at the point. Here's a 3-on-0 breakaway. That's McDonald with it. He passes over back to McDonald, and it's a goal! Bang, bang, great shot. And a 3-on-0 breakaway, that's something you don't see too often at any level of hockey.
It all starts back into the neutral zone. South Shore trying to keep the puck into the Cape Breton zone. Can't keep it in, and that's where that 3-on-0 break really starts out. As we see here on the replay, 3-on-0 opportunity, passing over, passing across. It looked like it was going to be a nice save there, but he just couldn't corral it.
Yeah, Croft was close on that. Great lateral movement to get across there, but he just could not quite get there in time. Full marks with a little over 2 minutes. That all-important first goal. And we'll see whether or not that actually changes the momentum swing.
It gives Cape Breton a lot more adrenaline, that's for sure. There's a late push there by a South Shore defender.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get 2 penalties there, because you can't just jam away at a goaltender for no reason either. The puck was not free. It is not old-time hockey like before, where you could just keep whacking until the whistle's gone.
Yeah. I think the referee's talking to both players.
Giving everyone a warning.
That's exactly what's happening. Taking a breather, and we'll have the face-off.
Face off to Croft's right.
I got no problem with that.
Gets back to the point. There's a shot. That's well wide. That was Morrison. Both teams fighting for it. Udall. He can't quite get it. Coming out this way. Now for his Glover. Glover tries to do the outside-in move. Gets the puck in the corner. Passes in front. Cleared away nicely by the defense. Another attempted pass by South Shore. Islanders going out with some numbers now. Udall will change. Nice move there by 17 McCarron to get away from one defender, but wasn't able to gather up the puck and create any offense. 1:15 to go here in the second period. Cape Breton with the puck. It goes right in front, dangerously right in front of the goaltender. D to D, that was close to out, but just in, and that long floating wrist shot grabbed out of the air by Nick Croft. He'll hang on for the whistle with 1:05 left to go in the second.
Nice save there by Croft. Good opportunity by Cape Breton. South Shore really trying to pressure and get that second goal, all-important second goal here to tie things up, but Cape Breton's holding their ground, playing more of a defensive game, and it's working out well for them.
All right, we're about to get underway. Face-off, controlled by South Shore. South Shore off the boards. Chip forward, nice lead pass to Lonis. Lonis one-on-one, tries to go to the middle. Good defensive work there by Cape Breton. Up off the boards, Lonis with it again, taking off the puck again. Once again, Cape Breton unable when they want to make that next clearing pass, able to get anything on it. Steele looking back with his head back in a dangerous position, was checked. Coming back the other way, Cape Breton, that's Lonis again. He goes in front. That was dangerously close. There's a wrist shot, a redirect. Back to the point to Myra. Myra with a shot. Stopped by the Cape Breton Islander, number 9, Steele. Back in front. McMullen able to find that puck and cover it up with 14.1 seconds. South Shore continuing to pressure here.
Continuing to pressure, try to get some chances, getting all the shots they can to try and get that elusive second goal here. McMullen going out and trying to find that puck to get a stoppage in play and hopefully go into the intermission here up 1-0.
Gets back to Myra. Myra goes cross ice. Dumped into the corner by Lee. In there is Sabian. Sabian working hard for the puck. Under 5 seconds. Now it's Lonis again. Pass in front. That could have been dangerous with just a couple seconds for a bang-bang play to end the period. But all for naught. It went out for the blue line. And our score after 2 complete. The Cape Breton County Islanders 1. The South Shore Ice Sharks no score. Any thoughts so far in the game, Nick?
It's been a great game. Back and forth action. Cape Breton with their first goal. Really gives them the heavy advantage. But I said that during the Yarmouth game yesterday when they went up 1-0, and South Shore came back and ended up winning that game 3-1. So we'll see what happens here come to the third period when that starts off. So we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to flood the ice, and we'll be back here with the third period right after this.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to our continuing coverage of the 2016 Bantam AA Provincial Championships. Coming to you live from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia at the Yarmouth Mariners Centre, and brought to you by MC Media in partnership with Eastlink TV. My name's David Doucette, and with me this afternoon is Nick Doucette. We're just underway here to start the third period. Cape Breton up 1-0.
It'll be an interesting third period, especially since South Shore was down by 1. Earlier yesterday's game against Yarmouth, they came back to win it 3-1 in that game. So we'll see if South Shore can come out and put some more pressure on Cape Breton and come and score their first goal of this game and tie things up.
Well, at least in their heads, they have to be at least thinking that, well, we did it yesterday. We were down 1-0 in a game we had to win. We're down 1-0 in a game we have to win to go forward right now. So here we are.
Here we are. We can do it again. That's got to be in their mindset.
Johnson goes cross ice. Getting there first is Mosier. That takes a tricky bounce off the boards, and the Islanders able to get it back in. They've got it now. Oh, that fresh ice. Sometimes the puck will stick into a puddle that's a little too wet, and that's exactly what happened there. Sabian breaking back the other way. Goes hard to his right, has speed. Backhand goes to the forehand. There's the shot. Puck sitting out there, finally cleared away by the Cape Breton County Islanders. Landry by himself as the rest of the team is going for a change. Tries the shot off of the pad and into the corner. Good work by Landry to keep up that forecheck though. It gets to the blue line, it's out and fired right back in. Behind his own net, whipped around to McCarron. McCarron with a nice lead pass to break out of his own end. Chip by Udall off of the boards. He's going to go there, see if he can get there first. He's not going to. Good work there by Lee. But numbers do prevail for the Islanders, and they have the puck. Back to the point, held in just inside the line. That one stopped by Nick Landry. Lead pass just off of a skate. That's going to be no icing as it's off of the Islander defenseman. To the half wall, up high off the board, held in nicely. That one bounces through a couple bodies, but goes harmlessly wide. Breaking back the other way is Jennings. Jennings across the boards. That's going to be held in by South Shore momentarily. Good lead pass, good awareness of where McCarron is, and he dumps it in to make the change.
And they're going to call that icing. He thought he crossed the center line, but I guess not.
And he had lots of time, too. He had lots of time to do. He was doing the right thing. He wanted to change, but I guess the change was in his mind more than his position on the ice.
Here we see the replay of that nice rush in by the South Shore player, and couldn't get the rebound to tie the game up.
Going hard after the puck is Williams. Back to the point. That's Lowe. Lowe can't hold on to it. And it goes into the bench.
Off Cape Breton player, so we'll have a face-off to the left of the Cape Breton goaltender.
12:35 to go here in the third period. Cape Breton County Islanders 1, South Shore Ice Sharks no score. Face-off won by the Islanders, but controlled by South Shore to the point. D to D, there's a wrist shot. And that's going to get chipped forward. This might be an opportunity, and who can skate the fastest? South Shore will get there first. That looks like Lowe. He stops, reverses the play. Nice lead pass to Sabian. Sabian able to get to the boards, but then muscled off the puck. Good defensive work there by the Islanders. No quick pinch in there, but it is held at least to the blue line, but only momentarily. Breaking back the other way is Sabian. Sabian has it, fires it in deep to Lonis. Lonis has it, back to Sabian, the quick shot. Through a crowd, that one can't get through the massive bodies that are camped in front of McMullen. Back to the point, wrist shot, once again through a crowd, that's deflected. It's still underneath there. They fire it towards the net and hope for the best. 2 times it was close, that's just out of the reach of number 16, Brady McLean, and it goes all the way down the ice for icing. That was close, Nick.
It was really close on a breakaway attempt there for Cape Breton, but even closer was the attempts that South Shore had in the Cape Breton zone. A lot of pressure being done there by South Shore, and hopefully they can keep the pressure on to get that next goal. Cape Breton has the last shift change, and they decide to take it.
Cape Breton wins that face-off and controls the puck. Up into the neutral zone. Good forecheck there by Bauer. Able to come up with the puck. He's got it again. Bowers goes cross ice. Able to find Glover. Glover gets it and fires it in. Coming back the other way is McDonald. McDonald taking off the puck. Coming hard the other way. Good opportunity for South Shore. They've got to find it. It's in the skates. Both teams fighting for it. McMullen's just down, blocking off the bottom end of the net. D to D. That one just a little too hard for Myra. And it goes into the neutral zone. Breaking out back in a quick counterattack. And it goes back and forth. That's into a crowd of people. You know, there's no intent to play, and I've never been a fan of a too many men call just because the other team fires it into skates.
Very, very true.
The referee does wave that one off. Cycles back down low. Picked up nice. They tried to jam it in the short side, tried to squeeze it in. McMullen covers that post. South Shore with some good opportunities, keeping the puck in the lane. There's Lee with the shot. It goes through a crowd. And it goes wide. Islanders get the puck, but only to center ice, or only past the blue line, excuse me. That's Myra that gets it back in. And now we have an icing, or sorry, an offside.
Offside call there. That almost could go down all the way. The referee was yelling that was offside, but he decided to play the puck anyways. Be outside the blue line for Cape Breton. Pressure all in Cape Breton zone this part of the third period here. We haven't seen much action down in South Shore's end. South Shore is really looking for that first goal.
Chip forward. Cape Breton's going to get there first. That is Lee. Lee goes behind the net. Nobody there for Cape Breton though. Chip to the blue line. Once again, chip forward. Great speed there by Lonis. Lonis has some room being hooked. Goes to the backhand. The shot. Taken out. Wow, the referees let that go. Going back the other way, we've got McLean. McLean gets it and fires it down the ice for the icing. Great individual effort there by number 18, Colton Lonis.
We're going to see a replay here of that 2-on-1 opportunity. Lonis goes in. He does get hooked on the play. No call was made, and nice save there by McMullen.
Face off to the left of McMullen. Won by Cape Breton. South Shore fans that we're closer to are certainly making a lot more noise right now. Another opportunity in front. There's the shot. Knocked down by the defense. South Shore gets it again. Quick wrist shot. Back in the corner. Landry has it. Tries to pass it in front. Nobody there. Cape Breton having troubles. Once again, they just bang it hard off the glass, and it's going to go all the way down the ice. And yet again, there will be another icing call.
They're bunching up in their zone. They're going more of a defensive play. They're bunching all up and staying in front of that net, trying to make sure that South Shore doesn't get any more goals. When really they should be applying more pressure, playing their style of game, and getting it down the other end properly.
This face-off, once again, controlled by Cape Breton. It's a good thing they win a lot of the face-offs, because there have been a lot of face-offs down in their end. And had South Shore controlled it, they might have had some good opportunities. Cape Breton chips that forward. Both teams skating hard for it. Cape Breton will get there first. Myra gets to it first, but overskates the puck. Getting the other way is McCarron. Gets to the blue line, knocked down by Johnson out of midair. That's McCarron in the corner. He flips it back. Bowers intercepts for South Shore. Goes middle of the ice, and Johnson fires it back in, but that one's going to make it into the neutral zone. Cape Breton fires it in and then changes. Croft not having a whole lot to do so far this period. That's kind of dangerous. You don't like your goaltender getting cold. If all of a sudden Cape Breton gets on a bit of a better spree of hockey, it could be interesting to see how Croft handles that. That pass just a little in front, and that's going to go all the way down. Icing is waved off this time. Fired along, chipped ahead, but not out. Cape Breton has it. Pass in front, that hops over the stick. No shot. Back behind the net. South Shore does have it again. Johnson's going to pinch in, and he does keep the puck in, gets it to Chisholm. Chisholm pass in front, a one-time attempt there by Morrison, unable to get much on that as it was a bouncing pass. One again behind the net, gets back to Morrison, can't quite hold, Johnson can't quite hold it, but his defensive partner there to help bail him out, gets back to Johnson, tries the lead pass, can't quite connect with McCarron. Oh, whoa, that's hard there. As good work. I was watching the play. McCarron fell down, struggled to get up, and it wasn't McCarron, it was Bailey McDonald. Was able to at least get in front of the South Shore player and make sure that no shot happened. Pass in front, big shot, save! Number 14, Justin Brown with a hard wrist shot from the high slot.
It almost looked like that hit the post there for the second that I saw it. Really nice save there by McMullen if he did see it and save it.
Coming back the other way, Sabian gets it in deep. Chasing after it is Jennings. He'll go into the corner, stop it, try to chip it forward. South Shore with some great forechecking, come away with it again. Back to the point. Hard slap shot, that's off a stick and goes wide. That was Lonis again, calling his name a lot. That goes back, and yet again, the Cape Breton Islanders icing the puck just to relieve pressure.
A lot of pressure done by the South Shore Sharks. It's been nothing but action down in the Cape Breton zone. Cape Breton really needs to come out stronger and get it out of their zone and down the other end. But South Shore, all props to them. They're cycling the puck, they're getting possession, they're holding on to it, and it seems more of a power play for them than anything else.
Lonis with it again, tries to get it in. That's Langell. Lead pass, a little bit behind, goes off of a stick. They get her back in, and it's going to dump right back in again. Lead pass just out of the reach of the forechecker, but Myra can't control it. Landry has it. They've got numbers. He comes in, goes wide to the left, takes a wrist shot, well wide, taken out of the play. Pinching in on the other side is Mosier. He's able to keep it in momentarily. Here comes the Islanders with 1-on-2, no numbers, a long wrist shot. Oh! And just when you think you've got everything settled, a bad misplay by goaltender Nick Croft. He reaches across his body to grab that puck. It goes off of his glove, hops over his head, and goes into the net as he lies prone, feeling disgusted with himself.
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier it's not very good to have a cold goaltender, and that's exactly kind of what happened on this play here. It was just a routine shot in. It was actually not even going into the net. He just tried to make a save that really didn't need to be saved and hit his glove and just went into the net there. Horrible play by the South Shore goaltender. We're going to have a timeout for South Shore here and see if they can regroup and get things going here in this third period. 5:40 left to go in the third. Shots 23-15 in favor of Cape Breton. And it was all South Shore into this third period, but just a bad play by the South Shore goaltender to give Cape Breton that 2-0 lead.
And I'm wondering whether or not the South Shore coach, because it has been such a good period for South Shore.
Absolutely.
And he wants to do two things. He wants to remind them to play like they were playing, keep going forward, keep doing what they were doing, and also maybe to give his goaltender just that little bit of confidence back again. Once again, at 2-0. I think at one point I said tied 1-1. It's actually 2-0 for Cape Breton.
It's 2-0 Cape Breton now. Absolutely.
That one zipped along. Myra keeps it in, goes back behind the net. Once again, the Islanders having trouble getting off the skates. That one goes back to the point. Lee's going to keep that in. He looks cross ice, thinks better of it, doesn't want an intercepted pass to lead to a breakaway. It's going to get back to Lee. He'll take a wrist shot through a crowd. Best thing to do, see what you can do. Pass in front, there's the shot. Once again, off of some bodies in front. As the Islanders are basically just filling in that middle part of the ice, not letting any pucks go through. And a lot of those pucks not actually getting to McMullen. Pass two defenders, but the third one takes him out. Pass in front, off of McMullen's stick and back behind the net. Good active stick there by the goaltender to keep that from going in front. That's Lowe. Lowe gets it in deep. Both players banging for it behind the net. 4:31 to go here in the third period. That goes back out. Bowers with it. Bowers goes cross ice. Back to Bowers. He's got some room. Gets control of the puck. Takes a wrist shot. Deflected. Looking for it. Can't find the puck. It's still loose. Lots of players diving on it. McMullen can't find it. And then he finally does.
A lot of roughing in front of the net here as McMullen held on to that puck. Referees are getting involved there and clearing things up. I don't think there's going to be any penalties on the play, though. It's just good hockey.
The puck, in the case that one time when I said about not jamming it to the goaltender when the goaltender has it, the goaltender did not have that. That puck was laying there. At one point, the Islander defense was trying to lie on it. He has to get up. He was afraid to get a penalty for delay of game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the puck was loose for a long time.
Yeah, and as soon as the referee loses sight of the puck, that's when he blows the whistle. So the goalie may not have had the puck in that case.
Good strength there on the face-off by Steele. Quick wrist shot. That goes off the stick and up high. Lonis fires it blindly in front, hoping that somebody will get there in time. Mosier comes in and gets the line. Once again off the boards, and that's going to get out. Chip back in. They have to tag up. South Shore has to tag up. Lead pass to Lee. Lee goes center ice. Nice lead pass in there to number 8, Cox. Cox fires it in front. Can't quite connect. One-time shot, and that one's going to hurt as he goes down. It's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 coming the other way. Here's the shot. Big save. Number 14, Justin Brown, takes it upon himself, takes the shot. Maybe it was going 5-hole. It got a little too upstairs, went right into the midsection of the goaltender. He
really should have passed the puck on that play. 2-on-1 opportunity like that. The defensive player didn't go down. The goalie was really deep into his net. We should have passed that across and would have had a better opportunity, I think.
From the Islanders' perspective, they have a nice circular emblem right on their chest, and he hit it. That one gets into the corner, just 3:20 to go. At some point here in the not too distant future, we're probably going to see Frost potentially come out of the net. It goes back. McCarron able to dump that in. Chasing after it is Udall. That one off the stick, and that one's going to get back in again. Less than 3 minutes to go. Spidle loses control. McCarron has it. He's by himself. He just chops it in, and it looks like he's losing a little step as well. Once again, a lot of games played in a short amount of time. Both of these teams had to play yesterday, so there wasn't that break like there was for Bedford. I say a break for Bedford. They had to play more games on Friday or on Thursday in order to get the break on Saturday.
They did play to their advantage, though, so.
Coming back the other way, South Shore. Standing them up on the blue line are the Islanders. Islanders looking to hang on to get into this final. Long wrist shot. Easily steered aside by Croft. Myra gets it hard off the boards. Cross ice pass. That was blind by Bowers, and that's going to be Johnson's going to come in and get that. Coming back the other way, South Shore again. Lead pass to Bowers. Bowers can't control it, and that one's going to be off a high stick. Touched first by the Islanders. I think I would have just sat there and waited for South Shore to touch the puck. Maybe he didn't realize that had happened. That pass just a little too far in front. Chipped ahead forward again. As now Cape Breton doing everything they can to just kill as much time as possible, and is working to their advantage.
With a minute and a half left here in this third period, South Shore really has to get it down that zone if they're going to have any chance of tying this game.
Lee skating hard. There goes the goaltender. Back behind the net. McMullen gets rid of the puck and passes it directly to a South Shore player instead of just giving it up to his defenseman. High stick. That one's knocked down. Shouldn't have been a goal had it been one. But we won't have to make that call because Cape Breton touches the puck next. 1:05 to go here in the last period. 2-0 Cape Breton County Islanders over South Shore. One big break coming down with 1 minute to go for South Shore. Good defensive play going to his right, and he cannot get that shot off. The Islanders going for that third goal all the way down the ice. just inside the post. Goal number 3. Number 12, Bailey McDonald with a third insurance goal with 49.8 seconds to go in the game. And Nick, that should just about wrap it up.
That should just about do it here. 3-0 will probably be your final here for the Cape Breton Islanders against the South Shore Sharks. Cape Breton is actually calling a timeout here with 49 seconds left to go. Just want to calm his group down, make sure that they don't do anything rational.
Or irrational.
In this last 49 seconds. Up 3-0. They got a very hefty lead here. Shots in favor of them, 25-18. But really, I mean, I think the play of the game so far has been that misplay by the South Shore goaltender, trying to make a glove save and just having that miscue resulting in that second goal for Cape Breton.
Changes the flow of the game, and I think that certainly did.
Yeah.
I think the other thing you might be saying is retaliation. Step away from everything. We have a championship game to play. Do not get involved in any extracurricular activity. Come back to play another game.
Yeah.
And the other game, very important game. Goaltender looking to get out. Long slap shot in. He gloves that out. Passes it over to his defenseman. 33 seconds to go here. Lonis stops. Lead pass just a little too far in front of his player. That steal with it. He loses it though. Chip forward. South Shore has it again. They kind of get in each other's way for a second. Lonis has it, takes a wrist shot. Lots of traffic in front. Goaltender is pulled again, so the extra attacker. That was the save by McMullen, but I don't think he saw it. 9.8 seconds.
Cape Breton player there is injured off to the left-hand side.
But Cape Breton does not have the puck, and so the whistle's not blown. And now we're going to have the referees get in as quick as they can. And now there's a South Shore player down as well. So something happened on the other side. So we have a couple injured players at the end. South Shore player slowly getting up, and that's number 7, Nick Landry. Cape Breton player was very slow to get to his bench. They're going to go separate the players, make sure cooler heads prevail here at the end of the game. Our final score in semifinal number 2, the Cape Breton County Islanders 3, the South Shore Ice Sharks no score. So a shutout for goaltender Michael McMullen. A 3-goal win for Cape Breton, the number 2 seed going into the playoffs. And we've got a Cape Breton versus Halifax, a Cape Breton versus Bedford. Final in the for the Bantam AA Provincials, Nick.
That's going to be an interesting game. Two teams that have they played each other? They have played each other.
First game of the tournament.
First game of the tournament, yeah, was that game.
A 1-0 win for Cape Breton County.
Yeah, 1-0 win for Cape Breton County. It was a very good game, actually. Now that I remember that, Bedford did apply a lot of pressure at the end of that game and just couldn't come around for the tie. But well played game here. Cape Breton versus South Shore. South Shore played extremely well. Props to them. It's been a great tournament here. And we're going to have the players of the games. They're going to shake hands, and we'll have the offensive and defensive players of the games here before we wrap things up.
And the South Shore faithful, very appreciative of their team. It's been a long season. They made it all the way to provincial. That all by itself is such a good thing. Through that provincial round robin, they're able to make it with a winner-take-all game against Yarmouth to get to this point. They get to this point, get into a semifinal against, I think we would have said during the round robin, was one of the 2 better teams during the round robin.
Absolutely. They were ranked first. Cape Breton was ranked first overall coming into this tournament. So definitely a strong team any way you look at it. So it'll be definitely an interesting championship game. I won't be along with it. Kevin Northup will be here calling that game with you here at 2 o'clock. So it'll be interesting to see what happens during that game.
So once again, we've got players of the game. We'll go through that first.
Yep.
The offensive player of the game for South Shore, number 12, Jensen Glover.
Jensen Glover, number 12 for the South Shore offensive player of the game. Well deserved, for sure.
The defensive player of the game for South Shore, number 84, Tommy Myro.
Number 84, Tommy Myro?
Myra, and he
Myra.
was basically let off the ice at
Yeah,
the end of the game,
he
so
was-
they'll give that to him in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Offensive player of the game, number 12, Bailey McDonald.
McDonald, number 12 for Cape Breton, getting the offensive player of the game for him.
Goaltender with a shutout for defense.
I hope so.
And defensive player of the game, number 30, Michael McMullen.
McMullen in with the defensive player of the game. Good shutout for him. Good tournament. He's played all tournament long for him. Really cool to see.
One more presentation to make if you stay. One person who didn't receive their honor last time when we presented the tournament honors yesterday, and it's a tournament all-star team goaltender. It was selected as South Shore's number 1.
The All-Star team goaltender, number 1, Croft, getting props for being the All-Star team goaltender here throughout the tournament. He wasn't here for the presentation yesterday, but he's here for it, so he's accepting the award here today.
All right, so wrapping things up for today's action. Our first semifinal saw the Bedford Blues over the Sackville Flyers 3-1. Our second semifinal that just finished, Cape Breton County Islanders, 3. South Shore Ice Sharks no score, and that's going to give us a final between the Cape Breton County Islanders and the Bedford Blues. That's scheduled to start at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
On behalf of all of the volunteers behind the camera, behind the booth, and Nick and I behind the mics, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us through MC Media in partnership with Eastlink TV. Hope you can join us again at 2 o'clock for our final. See you again soon.